All right, another week and football picks back on the table. Welcome aboard, everybody. Man-Child Show with Boy Green Digital at MC Show Digital. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Become part of our growing community where we're giving away free stuff. We just gave away Bobby Mercer autographed baseball this morning, and we've got some other really good items going out the door, including a $400 golf club, brand new driver, courtesy of our friends at Play It Again Sports, one of our sponsors today. Play It Again, and also Box Drop Syracuse. All right, it's time to talk all things NFL picks. We bring him in. He's our NFL insider. It's the one, the only Matt Lombardo, and the autumn wind has been struck already. What's up, Matt? How are you?
What's up, boys? How you doing? I forget the autumn wind. I think we have Old Man Winter blowing through both of our regions in the NFL this week.
No time for autumn. We're already in the deep dive of winter. All right, let's take a deep dive into the standings as usual. We will retally, or we'll show everybody, reveal our weekly picks, how everybody did last week, and then the season standings, because we've been picking now for 14 weeks of the NFL season. We are
time flies.
15. Man, we are running out of weeks to catch up if you're behind. Boy Green, let's start with last week's standings.
Well, I guess technically all 7 of us, because, just because I pick a team one week doesn't block either of you guys, so there could be ties that happen. We have some tying going on here. 3 teams are in first place on the picks after this week. And again, we show 2 graphics, week 14 standings and the overall standings. Boy Green, fans, and Manchild all the way there, the third name listed, all at 7-6, all with crown emojis, all in first place, just a game above 500. PFF 6-7, Matt Lombardo 6-7, intern Ed 6-7, and then Joe Bartle last place 4-9. So a lot of the same happening here, boys. A lot of the same. Not bad. There you go. So let's take it to the overall standings, and Lurch, you'll be happy to see that you and Ed are now tied.
Me. Have I not earned the right, as the co-host of the show, to be above that guy?
Ed has been in first place all season. He deserves to be on top.
And he's just been run down, so just put me on top of brother, because he's going down, brother.
There's no world where alphabetically Manchild comes before I or E, right?
True.
So in Boy Green's defense, if we're going by PGA rules or we're going by alphabet rules, intern Ed deserves the top spot with the tie.
And 100%. And Lurch, come on, we're in a society
next week. There'll only be one, and it'll be mine.
We need to be in a society where you take it from him. As soon as you are above 500, let's start there. But as soon as you're anything, I'd love to put you on top. But you haven't done it yet, pal.
Yeah.
So
wasn't the bet that if intern Ed wins again, he gets to come back again? Wasn't that the bet to this whole season?
That's correct.
Lurch thought he was going to.
It's getting hairy.
Very hairy with only a couple weeks left.
He's got a
chance by the way,
to get back.
That does not include the playoffs. When we do our playoff picks, that's a separate thing entirely. So we crown a regular season champ. So anywho, for folks that are listening in, again, Manchild and Internet are tied atop of the leaderboard. 1 game under 500, 97-98. I am only 1 game back in the lead. I can almost
back in it.
96-99. Matt Lombardo's in the conversation, only 4 games back, 93-102. Joe Bartle, 92-103. PFF, 87-108. And then the fans, disgusting, 84-111, which is a quick reminder, fans, that why are we on there? Well, you get to make all your picks on a week-to-week basis against the spread. If you don't know, well, join the club. You can join in now. Go right down to our YouTube description down below. That is our Instagram story. And you click that. It takes you right there. Click our profile picture. It takes about 20 seconds to go through all the picks. You guys make the same picks that we do here on this show. So feel free to take advantage because, again, this is embarrassing. This is pathetic. Like, this guy, 84-111. I mean, good Lord. That's almost impressive how bad you've been. Stand up.
Impressively bad. They got to go Oppo. Remember, I told you last week I went Oppo on the Sunday and Monday night games. And guess what I went on Sunday and Monday night? 2-0. I think I'll be employing that strategy again this week. All right, let's kick it off, gentlemen. Start in lovely Houston, Texas. I'm sure it's not snowing down there like it is here in central New York. We've got ourselves a robust 9.5-point spread. You can have the Jacoby Brissetts and the Cardinals if you want them, plus 9.5. This game, however, is in Houston. And this spread, by the way, has ballooned. The best defense, I'd argue, in the NFL, the Houston Texans. This thing opened at 2.5. Houston favored. It's now ballooned to 9.5. So the fans definitely getting on Houston early and often here. But even at 9.5, it has to be tempting. Matt, I know how much you hate the Cardinals, so tell us, Are you getting back on the Cardinal bandwagon, or are you still off? Nope, he's holding it up again.
Don't make me tap the sign, Lurch. Don't make me
Full
tap the
screen
sign.
right now. The Cardinals are not a serious football team. All right, so I guess it's Houston for Matt Lombardo. Is that correct?
Yes. Oh,
Houston
Yeah,
doesn't
I
have
think
a
that's safe
problem.
to say.
All right, Boy Green. Let's go to the experts next. What do they got?
Let's do it. Also, folks, you can pay attention to scrolling ticker. Manchild gets to see a crown emoji on his name, so you guys can continue to reference our updated standings there as well. Yes, let's go
Please
to our
curtsy
experts.
as you enter the room, okay?
Yes,
curtsy
please do.
as
Yeah,
you
yeah.
How
enter.
hard did you lobby for the crown to be added to the ticker? That crown wasn't there before.
Yeah,
What's with the crown added to the ticker? How hard was Lurch lobbying Boy Green
I have
to
nothing
put
to do with
the crown right there?
Yeah, I'm not going to say he was, but I'm not going to say he wasn't.
Okay.
All right,
I wasn't.
yeah, okay.
Absolutely true.
Okay, Dalton Wasserman, PFF, takes Houston. Joe Bartle takes Arizona. Intern Ed takes Houston. God, Arizona 9.5. That's a lot of points. But Jonathan Gambit has been getting smacked around a lot lately. Screw it, I'll take the Cardinals.
Wow, Boy Green gonna jump Cardinals. I'm gonna go
Sure.
Texans. I'll play that defense. I'm a little worried about the 9.5, but you know what? CJ Stroud has shown me something here now that he's back from the injury. Starting to look like he's getting it together a little bit. He starts connecting a little more frequently with Nico Collins. That 9.5 may not be insurmountable. The reason I'm willing to give the 9.5 on this one is because Houston is at home. I do like that. Maybe the crowd revs up that defense. They get themselves one of those 7-8 sack games and be like, yeah, so much for Jacoby Brissett and the those fighting Cardinals. All right, let's go next to Matt's hometown, Philadelphia, where the Eagles are big favorites, but that's because they're playing a big loser, and that is the Las Vegas Raiders, who are trying to fight for the number one pick in the draft, currently owned by my New York Football Giants. 11 points is the spread on this game. It's in Philly, and obviously the Eagles need it bad. They have really been struggling, Matt. Boy Green, why don't you take this one first, and then we'll go over to that.
Yes, because what I'm about to say is newsworthy for people picking this game, and also it's the reason I'm picking the other side. Kenny Pickett is returning home, baby. He will be starting in place of an injured Geno Smith for the Raiders, the former Eagles Super Bowl champion quarterback. Give me Kenny Pickett and the Raiders. I'll take plus 11. That is very, very juicy. All right, let me go to our experts here. Intern Ed, Eagles. Joe Bartle, Eagles. Oh boy. Dalton Wasserman, Eagles.
Matt?
Yeah, so I look at this Eagles team. They've lost 3 in a row. They've lost their offensive identity. It's just a mess. And, you look at the 4 turnovers from Jalen Hurts on Monday night. The wheels are coming off pretty quickly here. They took the positivity rabbit in the locker room, and then they popped him. So the positivity rabbit is no more. I think they win the game, but 11 points against Kenny Pickett in a revenge situation, who might be better than Geno Smith in what could be 4 inches of snow. It's just too big a number for me. Sorry, Boy Green. I'm blocking your lone wolf here. I'm taking the Raiders.
All right. Pickett, he's played in Pittsburgh. The snow isn't going to bother him. I can't give the 11 either. I'm with you guys. So all 3 of us, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
us 3. Yes.
Plus
Yeah.
11. All right, we're all on it. We're taking the Raiders. Plus the 11. I know. Ick is right. Ick, and ick. Just got to hope they backdoor cover, perhaps. All right, up next, it's Boy Green's Jets on the road in Jacksonville. And you talk about a hot team in football right now. The Jags are certainly one of them, and thus the 12.5-point massive spread. The Jets, of course, with the situation at quarterback, it'll be Brady Cook getting his first start in the NFL. Boy Green, let's talk about this one.
Yeah, seconds ago, AG just started his press conference as we're recording this, and yes, he just officially announced Brady Cook will get the start. That was not official until just now, and he will be the first undrafted rookie quarterback to start for a Jets in 50 years. The last one was J.J. Jones, wherever he may be at this point. So Brady Cook. Let Brady Cook, baby, plus 12.5? Come on, man. That's disrespectful. Let's get some Brady Cook action. I'll go with Jets. Yeah.
All right. Boy Green, of course, on the Jets. Can I just say this about that announcement? I really didn't need it. Unless Aaron Glenn was planning on bringing Joe Namath back, like the Colts have brought, Phillip Rivers back, I think it was going to be Brady Cook today. So I didn't need him to announce that officially for me to say it. Sorry, Aaron, but come on. What really are the choices? With that in mind, I will take the Jacksonville Jaguars. I want no part of Brady Cook starting in his first NFL game against the team that's red hot in their own building. I am going Jacksonville. I'll lay the 12.5. It is a lot of points. I don't doubt it, but I will lay it. I think Jacksonville is explosive enough to get that covered. Matt?
Yeah, Case Cookus, Brady Cook, whatever his name is. The Jets' chances in this game are pretty cooked, in my opinion. Trevor Lawrence starting to take care of business. They're cutting down on some of the mistakes. I think they still have the ability to create some chaos. They have enough to win by 2 touchdowns against the Jets.
All right, Matt is on Jacksonville. The experts, Boy Green?
Dalton Wasserman, Jaguars. Joe Bartle, Jaguars. Intern Ed, Jets.
Wow.
Okay.
You and Eddie, and there will be no howling. So far, we're through 3 and no lone wolves. All right, let's go to the Windy City next, the Chicago Bears. Back at home, taking on the Cleveland Browns. A good defense, of course, we know of the Browns. Shedeur Sanders, named starter for the rest of the season by his head coach. Finally, Boy Green, Shedeur, dare I say, getting a little love and respect from his organization. The Browns plus 7.5 in a battle of the Midway. Matt, what do you think on this one? Take it first.
Yeah, I love the Bears. I've been all over the Bears all season. I love what Caleb Williams is doing. I love what Ben Johnson is doing. Beware the trap. It's going to be like -5-degree wind chill at Soldier Field. This is a sandwich game. Next week, they have Green Bay at Soldier Field. How do you bounce back from losing at Lambeau last week and falling from the division title to 7th in the postseason? They might get it done, but 7.5 is just too big a number against that Browns defense. Give me Cleveland.
Let's go to the next. Oh, go. Okay, sure.
Well, as they say in football, defense travels. And the Browns defense will travel. And I don't think the snow and the cold and the rain and whatever else they get in the sleet and the hail will matter. They're like postmen in Cleveland. Give me the Browns in that defense plus 7.5. I like it a lot. I think there's a possibility they win this game outright. Boy Green.
Oh, okay. Wow. Man, that'd be bad news Bears, because Chicago had the number 1 overall seed last week. They fell to the 7th seed. They lose to Cleveland. They would continue to stumble. Yikes. Intern Ed, Cleveland. Joe Bartle, Bears. Dalton Wasserman, Browns. I'm going to go Chicago. I'm going to go Windy City. I think Angry Bears, Hibernation, I don't know what any of that means. Chicago. Yeah.
All right. We are very spread out on that game. Nobody seems to have the answer there. All right, let's go next to New England, where we've got one of the premier games of the week. It is the Bills. It is the Pats. It is the AFC East. It is only a 1-point spread, which basically is a pick 'em. Oddly, the Bills favored in New England. Very, very intriguing, interesting development. Intern Ed is our resident Bills fan. Let's have him with the first pick on this one, Boy Green.
Yeah, a shocker. Buffalo for Intern Ed. Buffalo. Yeah, Joe Bartle. Buffalo. Dalton Wasserman, New England. Matt Lombardo?
Yeah, this is one of the toughest games I think we've had to pick all year. But I just look at the Bills' defense being the difference makers here, right? You have 2 pick sixes over the last 2 weeks. You saw what they did to Joe Burrow last week, Aaron Rodgers the week before. I love New England. I love Drake May. It just feels like Josh Allen isn't ready to relinquish the AFC East title just yet. I feel like the Bills' defense is just enough to get it done. What the hell? Give me Buffalo.
Larch?
Here's my thought on this one. Yeah. I think New England is early, and you know what I mean by that. That what they've done this year is a little bit earlier than when it should have happened. Now, look, they have seen a renaissance from their second-year quarterback in Drake May. But I also think the easy schedule and some luck involved in this whole thing of being an 11-2. And now you face a late-season game, albeit in your home building, but that other team wants you badly, not only because they still thrive to maybe get a piece of the top of that division, but also you beat them in their building. They're going to be ticked. I'm going to trust Josh Allen. I'm going to trust that veteran staff. I'm going to play on the idea that the Patriots, despite being underdogs in this game, all right, that the Patriots just do not have the savvy yet to win a game of this magnitude. I'm going to go with the Bills on that premise, so I'm going Bills.
I'm just going to announce that I hate what I have to say. I hate it.
Okay. But
I have to say it. New England, all year we've been like, cupcake schedule. Who have they beaten outside of Buffalo? And being an underdog in their own building manifest all of those criticisms from outside the building. I think Mike Vrabel rallies around that. He's like, oh, it's an easy sell. We're 11-2. We're fighting for the number 1 seed. We're an underdog in our building? That really? Oh, okay. So I think New England wins. I think Buffalo gets swept.
So whiteboard material for Boy Green gets New England pumped up to win at home. All right, again, all over the yard on that one. A lot of opinions. Up next, we go to Cincinnati, where the Bengals now likely eliminated. I mean, it's almost mathematically done for the Bengals after the loss last week. But they'll get the Ravens in their own place. The Ravens on the precipice as well, in some dire, dire trouble. And the spread is 2.5. You can get the Bengals plus 2.5. I'll jump on this one right away and say, I just like what I have seen from the Bengals. And those 2 turnovers, while glorious for the Bills, were almost a bit fluky. They were on the verge of beating the Bills. I'm going to take the Bengals plus the 2.5. I still don't see the fire in the Ravens that I should be seeing to believe that they're going to get back in this thing. Bengals plus the 2.5 for the man chopper. Boy Green, you're next.
Yeah, I would love the Bengals at plus 3.5 a little bit more, but
I would too.
I'm going to take Cincinnati here. Although Joe Burrow just gave the most depressing press conference I've ever heard this
What
week.
was that?
About which has opened up rumors about trading to the Jets, but we'll talk. That's a different podcast, perhaps. But no, I mean Joe Burrow saying, if football's not fun, like why even play it anymore? Like, and I was like, whoa! It got super dark. Again, a different show we could dive into. I think something that'll help alleviate some of the light is beating the Baltimore Ravens. They just lost to Pittsburgh, and you can catch them while they're down. And that, while Lurch's math says they're almost eliminated for the playoffs, not yet. They could have a path if they leapfrog Baltimore and catch up to Pittsburgh. So, yeah, I'll go Cincy.
All right, Cincy. Matt?
Yeah, that press conference with Joe Burrow, I just don't know what to make of it. It sounded very Andrew Luckian.
Yes,
in my opinion. And I'm one of the biggest Joe Burrow guys out there. I think he's a top 3 quarterback in the league, maybe better than that when he's healthy. Nothing reignites the soul like a division rivalry, and I'd love to pick Baltimore here to end the charade of Cincinnati hanging around, but I think Cincinnati's going to mess around and hang around, and we hear a very different Burrow next week. What the heck? Give me Cincinnati.
All right. There you
Cincinnati.
go.
Experts, go ahead.
Yeah, 2 things here. First off, I love the word usage of Andrew Luckian. I will add that
very
to
nice.
the itinerary. Thank you,
Love
Matt. Thank you, Matt, for that. Let's get to our experts. Dalt Wasserman, Bengals. Joe Bartle, Ravens. Intern Ed, Ravens. We're all over the place.
All right, we are all over the place. All right, another good one in Kansas City. And, man, the Chiefs, I mean, if desperation wasn't 2 weeks ago, it certainly is now. They'll get the Chargers, a banged-up Chargers team. I mean, man, watching Justin Herbert play with that offhand, the left hand, all right, and trying to protect it as he was running all over the yard in that game the other night was crazy. But the Chargers found a way to win, and their record is impressive, much more impressive than the Chiefs. The Chiefs are home, and again, heavily favored despite everything that has happened to them. Boy, Green, you're shaking your head. So which way are you shaking on this one, Chargers or Chiefs?
Again, the only reason I picked the Chiefs last week on Sunday Night Football against Houston was out of respect. If you just call it straight, Houston, with their defense and everything, should have been the pick. But I went, of course, I bent the knee to Kansas City, and they lost by 10. And now, once again, this Chargers team who already beat the Chiefs, they beat them way back in week 1 in Brazil. And now we have this one where they're plus 4.5. I need more time. Let's go to the experts. Let's see. Intern Ed, Chiefs. Joe Bartle. Where does he have this here? He missed the pick and then had to text me later. Sorry, Chargers. Yes,
Okay.
Sorry. You sent that on a separate text. All right, and then Dalton Wasserman, Chargers. So we have Chargers, and Internet Chiefs.
Well, you ready to pick yet?
No, but I'll pick anyway, I guess, because we have no other choice. I'll go Chargers plus 4.5.
After all that rhetoric, I think you go Chargers. Matt, what do you think?
That felt like a changing of the guard game on Sunday night, did it not? Or the way that the Texans defense just swarmed around the football. Some of the throws that C.J. Stroud made were Mahomesian in nature, in big spots, into tight windows. It just feels like if you've gone to the AFC Championship game every year in your career and you've added 20 additional games, that wear and tear catches up to you eventually. So does drafting in the 30s over and over again. Mike Tanier and I held a legitimate Italian wake for the Chiefs Super Bowl chances and the Eagles Super Bowl chances on the podcast this week. We poured out scotch, we poured out whiskey, we buried them, they're done. It's a changing of the guard in the division. The Chargers take a big step towards winning it. Give me Los Angeles here.
All right, he's on the Chargers. Every bone in my body says Chargers here. I mean, their defense looked really good in that game the other night. Their quarterback went out there, and Jim Harbaugh liked his way through that game, showing his toughness, trying to protect that left hand. I just don't know if he can get through another game like that. The Chiefs' defense has looked a little better in recent days, especially Chris Jones. I just think Herbert's going to be running for his life. I hate giving 4.5 points. Certainly, this is not deserving. But the Chiefs are at home. The weather could play in their favor too. And I'm still going to give one last hurrah to Patrick Mahomes here. I'm going to take the Chiefs minus 4.5. It's almost an oppo pick for me. It's too obvious to take the Chargers, so I'm going to take the Chiefs. Either I'm a genius or a complete idiot, and I'll admit either one next week, okay?
Hey, by the way, a quick shout out to the folks over at ESPN and Disney Plus. The Chargers-Eagles Monday Night Football game was a Monsters, Inc. cartoon version for those who tuned in, and my kids got to watch it, and they were glued to the screen, so it's a very different way to watch the game. I wasn't getting the thrilling analysis I normally look for in play-by-play analysis, but it was fun and cute, and the kids were into it, so shout out to Disney Plus and ESPN. They did a nice job with that Monsters, Inc. broadcast.
My daughter loved it. We watched the first quarter of that game on that broadcast. She's 7 years old. She loved it. But towards the end of the first quarter, she goes, Dad, why do the players seem like they only have one move? It seems like the players are only doing one thing. Yeah. It was fun, but I think we got to tighten up the we got to bring in some of the animators from Pixar to help elevate this thing a bit.
I agree.
Goodness gracious. All right, when we return, the Giants and the Commanders. Don't put it on the board yet, Boy Green. Oof. And Old Man Rivers. Can he do it for Indianapolis? That's coming our way right after our sponsors, Playing Against Sports, and our friends at Box Drop. We'll be right back.
When you don't want to pay full price for sporting goods, and who does, then there's only one place to go in Syracuse. Play It Again Sports. With both new and gently used gear, Play It Again has prices way less than regular retail stores. Another unique aspect of this awesome sporting goods store is that they will give you money for that quality sports gear collecting dust in your basement, attic, or garage. No appointment necessary, just bring it into the store. Play It Again Sports in the DeWitt Town Center on Erie Boulevard right next to Crunch Fitness. Don't spend more, play it again. PlayItAgainSportsSyracuse.com.
Considering that we sleep nearly 1/3 of our lives, buying the right mattress is essential. At Box Drop Syracuse Mattress and Sofa Outlet, you'll get a unique experience, one that saves you 30 to 70% off retail prices on top-of-the-line mattresses like Sapphire Sleep. At Box Drop, you'll schedule a mattress fitting appointment and get one-on-one service directly with Paul, the owner. No middleman. Family-owned, huge savings, no-pressure sales designed to save you time and money. And now Box Drop Syracuse has sectional sofas and love seats as well, with prices designed to fit your budget. Box Drop Syracuse Mattress and Sofas. Set up your appointment today at boxdropsyracuse.com. All right, we are back. NFL Pick segment, the Man-Child Show with Boy Green Digital at MC Show Digital. And if you're tuning in a little late, no problem. Just go back and watch our video from start to finish. You can watch the whole thing. We pick every single game against the spread. And by the way, become a subscriber and you can win some free stuff. We gave away a Bobby Mercer autographed baseball this morning to one of our subscribers. All you have to do is click subscribe. No cost at all. And you're in on any drawings that we have coming up. We've got a golf club we're giving away, courtesy of our friends who Play It Again, and some other goodies leading our road to 500. So help us become a 500-plus subscriber entity here on YouTube. We've only been here a short time and really, really appreciate any support you can give us. BG, go ahead.
Yes, just again, another plug to the fans. Make sure that you guys, if you want to prove that you're smarter than us experts, tough chance based on the records. But if you want to attempt to try to turn their season around, do so in the Instagram story down below. Click the link, takes you to our Instagram. Click that profile picture, takes about 20 seconds to fill out every pick, just as we're doing here on this show.
We're highly interactive and love being interactive with you. Okay, let's pick it up where we left off, and it's my New York Football Giants at MetLife and favored. Yes, I did say favored, folks. Minus 2.5 points. I thought we had the number 1 overall pick in the draft as of right now. That should make us the worst team in football. Yet somehow we're favored over a pretty bad Commanders team. Man, how the mighty have fallen. The Commanders, a playoff dynamo last year. Now just a shell of themselves. It looks like it's going to be Marcus Mariota, as Jaden Daniels was banged up again upon his return with the Commanders last week. So the Giants, 2.5-point favorites at home. I'll jump on this one right away and say, come on. Have you been watching the Giants the last 5 seasons? Every time we play a worthless game against the Commanders, at the end of the season, when we're sitting in a better position in the draft, we win. Giants win. They'll cover the 2.5. It'll be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Giants minus the 2.5. Easy pick for me. Matt, you're up next.
We'll never forget sitting in the press box, the worst press box in the NFL at what is now Northwest Field, formerly FedEx Field, FedEx Stadium, whatever hell it was, as a Giants beat reporter watching the Giants squander away Chase Young and hearing Giants executives behind me pounding the table in frustration after they won the game because they knew they were not going to be able to take Chase Young with the number 1 overall pick. It's going to happen again. The Commanders are terrible. They're banged up. The Giants have the better quarterback. They're going to circle the wagons around Mike Kafka. Give me New York here. I don't care about the points. Give me the Giants.
He likes the Giants to win outright. I believe he's right. Boy Green?
All right, I'm just going to be perfectly honest. There is zero analysis with this, what I'm about to pick whatsoever. I'm just trying to will this into existence.
Okay.
I've looked at the final 4 games left for the Commanders. This is the only one they have any chance of winning. The rest of them, they're going to get blown out in. So if I want to affect the tank that's in front of the Jets, I need the Commanders to win because this is their last shot. So Washington, please, for the love of God, I'd love you to cover the spread so I can get that win too. But please, beat the Giants, please.
Well,
The
let's
Giants are
find out
never
if
going to
you're-
beat someone else.
Let's find out if you're howling. What say the experts? Go ahead.
Nope. Internet Commanders.
Wow.
Yeah, right. There you go. Joe Bartle, Giants. Dalton Wasserman, Giants.
Wow. All right. 2 on the Commanders, and then there were 2. You and little Eddie. All right. Up next, Seattle and Indianapolis. And as I mentioned it'll be perhaps Old Man Rivers. We don't know. But certainly Rivers is in the mix, Phillip Rivers, to potentially at least be seen in this game, quarterbacking this team. We'll find out a little closer to game time. Man, this thing is a massive spread. 13.5. Seattle at home at the 12th man. Always a tough place to play, but man, you look at where the Colts are now and where they were a few weeks ago. You'd never imagined a spread like this. This should have been a even Steven game or a +1 on one side or the other. 13.5. No faith at all in Jonathan Taylor and company. Do you have any faith, Matt Lombardi?
Hell no. Talking to people inside the league about this Phillip Rivers thing, and I had one executive in the AFC telling me that this is a quarterback crisis league-wide, that Phillip Rivers is the best available option for the Colts. Whether it is Phillip Rivers, whether it's Riley Leonard, whoever it is, it ain't going to be good enough against that Seattle defense, against the 12th man as well. Jonathan Taylor, by the way, the last 4 games, he has 272 yards and 1 touchdown over those 4 games. He still leads the league in rushing. That's how good he was in the first 10 weeks. He's been atrocious over the last 4. If you don't have a passing game to speak of to worry about, he might not get 27 yards rushing against that defense. Give me Seattle in blowout fashion.
Boy Green?
Intern Ed, Seattle. Joe Bartle, Seattle. Dalton Wasserman, Seattle. Lurch?
Well, I don't know if I'll be howling or not, but I am going to take the Indianapolis Colts. I'm intrigued by this Rivers thing. I think the running game keeps them close enough. You know how hard it is for me to give points in this league, Boy Green. As I say, the Colts are a professional team. They still have a professional offensive line. They still have a professional defense. I know they're hurting in some places. They're hurting. There's no question. But I like the 13.5. I'm sticking with the Colts. I know they got blown out last week. I don't think it's going to happen 2 weeks in a row. Colts plus the 13.5. Tell me if I'm howling or not, my friend. What are you doing?
No team in the NFL has blown out more opponents than the Seattle Seahawks this season.
Correct.
That continues. I'm taking Seattle.
Old Man Rivers, bring me home, brother. Bring me home.
To be honest, because of that audio, you sounded like Phillip Rivers, as if an old dog, and his howl was just a bit octave too high where it didn't even come across. So, Lurch, I barely even heard that howl, which is exactly what's going to happen against.
we ain't going to hear it on Sunday either.
We're like, huh? Ooh, oh, nothing? Okay.
Well, if I could, I'd wake Mookie up and have him give a great dog howl, but he's right over here sleeping, so he's not howling anytime soon. All right, up next, we go to Denver and another primo matchup here. We got the Broncos and the Packers. Could this be a preview of the Super Bowl? Some people think that. It's in the Mile High City, and Denver, home team underdogs here, plus 2.5. No respect for Bo Nix. No respect for Sean Payton. Boy Green, you got any respect for him, or are you taking the Packers here?
It's just crazy. We have 2 11-win teams in football on the AFC side. The Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots, and both are home underdogs this week. What in the NFL world is going on here?
True.
It's disrespectful. I'm taking Denver. I just have to do it. That's just unbelievable. I've taken a lot of underdogs this week, but if you're going to feed these to me, then my fat ass is going to keep eating them. All right, let's go over to the experts here on the program. Intern Ed, Denver. Joe Bartle, Packers. Packers guy taking the Packers. Very nice. And Dalton Washman taking the Packers.
Wow, 2 on the Packers. I'm on the Denver train. No respect, no love. Tough place to play. Altitude. I think Denver's going to get it done. If nothing else, their defense holds enough to keep the Packers in check. I love the Broncos as a home team dog here at +2.5. One of my easiest picks this week. Matt, what do you think?
Trap game scenario, sandwich game scenario 2.0. Just as the Bears have the Browns looking ahead to the Packers could be looking ahead to that Bears rematch where they could clinch the division next week. Besides, this is one of the better defenses in football, maybe just below the Houston Texans. Going on the road after the Bears almost came back on them last week, it's just a really, really tough spot. I think the Packers might actually be the best team in the NFC on that side of the bracket. Not good enough to get it done this week. Give me Denver.
All right, Matt's on Denver as well. All right, up next, we go to New Orleans, where the New Orleans Saints take on the Carolina Panthers. And, man, after that loss by Tampa, look out, the Panthers, here they come. A real chance to grab and harness that division. Panthers -2.5 at the Saints. I'll get on this one first and say, while the Saints have been much more respectable, we are seeing some pretty decent play out of the Saints. There may be hope for this franchise going forward. Maybe they found their quarterback. I'm not so sure. But the Panthers are playing good ball. I'll give the 2.5. I'll go on the road with the Panthers. There's a lot to play for here in Carolina. I think they're going to come out balling. Give me the Panthers minus the 2.5. Matt, you go next.
Yeah, I love Carolina here. And I think that the Bryce Young story is one of the best of the season. You look at the second year in Dave Canales' system. You look at the patience that Carolina has shown. They're now reaping the rewards of that patience. They have a great running game. The defense is clicking, especially in the secondary. Yeah, I like Carolina here. And after the door opens on Thursday night, they might steal that division.
All right, well, let's go to the experts. Intern Ed, Panthers. Joe Bartle, Saints. Dalton Wasserman, Panthers. Folks, I sometimes reference history because that can sometimes be important. The Saints have won 4 of the last 5 against the Carolina Panthers. And Bryce Young going into New Orleans has been a house of horrors. He has been blown out multiple times. There's something here, and the Saints found something last week beating Tampa Bay. I'm picking the Saints here at +2.5.
Wow, amazing. We have gone through all but 4 of our games. One lone wolf so far, right? One
you're a very terrible one, right?
That's right. What did I get that? I got that on Indianapolis.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah, you can have it.
I didn't write it.
Happy holidays.
Enjoy the L.
Old Man Rivers getting me a lone wolf. All right, only one lone wolf so far. Let's see if we get another one here. Rams and the Detroit Lions. The Lions on the road for this one at LA. 5.5-point underdogs. This coming off a good Lions win against the Cowboys. A little extra rest as well for the Lions because that was a Thursday night game. So Lions, Rams, everybody has loved the Rams all season. Matt, why don't you take this one first?
Potential playoff preview. I think this has major implications for the number 1 seed, especially if the Rams can get this done, create some separation for themselves. I think they will. Matthew Stafford has been firing on all cylinders. He put up 3 touchdowns in 3 quarters of work last week. Devontae Adams keeps looking like the missing piece. The defense is really good. Tough to go on the road in this league and win. Tougher to go on the road against one of the best teams in the league. Give me the Rams.
Let's go to the experts. Dalton Wasserman, Rams. Joe Bartle, Lions. Intern Ed, Lions. The Matthew Stafford Bowl. We've seen this game in the playoffs before. It's tough. It's 5.5 is a lot of points, but I'll go with the Rams. I think they're the best team in football. I'll take the Rams.
Detroit's really banged up. They really, really are playing at a deficit right now. But I also just love the way they play when they're up against it. I love the way their coach coaches when they're up against it. It's almost like they thrive on adversity. So the Rams should win this game and should get the cover, which is exactly why I'm taking the Lions. I'm going to take the Lions on the road to get the cover. I think they might win this game outright. Lions plus the 5.5. All right, up next, San Francisco and Tennessee. This one in San Fran, so a little rice-a-roni for everybody. 12.5 points here going to the Titans. Have the Titans not showed us some respectability? They're coming off a win, for crying out loud. They've moved themselves out of the number 1 spot. Let's charge to the top, Titans. I'm taking the Titans plus the 12.5. They're not going to win the game, but they're going to get the cover. Titans for the man-child. I'm on the board already. Boy Green, the look of a wide open mouth. Go ahead. I assume you're not getting on the Titans band.
Just let him howl. Just let him howl. Just howl and get it over with.
Yeah. Let me check real quick. He won't howl based on the expert picks I've received. I'll just tell you that. But no, Lurch's explanation on the previous game of I feel this way pretty strongly and all this, which is why I'm going the opposite, and then the opposite could happen. I was like, wait, what? You just said every possibility. Anywho, let's get the Titans. Okay, let's get to the experts. Intern Ed, San Francisco. Joe Bartle, San Francisco. Won't be a how because Dalton Wasserman has the Tennessee Titans here. I'm going San Francisco.
Okay, easy peasy picks for everybody. All right, it's the 49ers for all you guys. Just me and Dalton on Tennessee. All right, Sunday Night Football. Dallas at home for Minnesota. You'll have to give 5.5 points to the Vikings, who showed up last week. Who would have thunk it? Showed up in a big way. Boy Green, you on the Kevin O'Connells or not? Go ahead.
That was 31-0. That was also against the Commanders, but yes, they did win that game, I suppose. Intern Ed, Minnesota. Joe Bartle, Cowboys. Don't Wasserman, Cowboys. The Cowboys took one on the chin. Thursday Night Football lost to Detroit. And George Pickens, I don't know what the hell is going on there. But the fact of the matter is the Cowboys have no margin for error. Hell, they may be dead and they don't know it. One of those horror movies where they're dead and then we follow them through the entire movie, find out at the end, oh, wait, they were dead the whole time? So that could be the case here for Dallas. They may already be eliminated for the playoffs and they don't know it. But I think the Cowboys win this one emphatically. I'll take Dallas.
Dallas. Matt?
So we're talking zombie Cowboys? Is that what this is here?
That's exactly what it said, yes.
And I kind of agree with you because if you look at the NFL media playoff projections, if they lose, they have a 3% chance of making the playoffs, so essentially done. If they win, they have a 15% chance of making the postseason. And I would bet that if the Eagles play with their food and trip up again against the Raiders, those odds are going to increase even more significantly by the time we look at them before Sunday night's game. I think the Cowboys still have something to play for. The Vikings most certainly do not. Give me Dallas here to get it done.
All right, this will be a shoot myself in the foot kind of pick because I've been going oppo on the Monday and Sunday night games, especially coming off the 2-0 week. Why wouldn't I repeat it again? Oh, my goodness. I have the Cowboys circled. I should go oppo and take Minnesota. I'm not going to do it. Cowboys minus the 5.5.
Oh.
Too much desperation for the Cowboys. I'm going oppo of the oppo and sticking with my gut. I'm going with the Cowboys.
Matt, I'm going to be honest.
Sense whatsoever.
Matt, I'm going to be honest. I don't know, but I'm going to assume you're going to have no idea of this comparison I'm about to make, but I will make it nonetheless. Lurch has we watched the CBS reality show Survivor. And on Survivor, there's a character on Survivor named Rizzo. And a few times he's had a hidden immunity out and he's walked in front of the room and gallivanted and said this and that. And we're all like, huh? He's about to use it, but I won't. And he sits back down. Lurch hates that guy. Yet he just came to the front and said, yes, I've gone full oppo last week. It was beautiful. 2-0. I was great. But that's what I should be doing. But I won't be.
But I won't.
I'll sit down and take it. Like what? Anyway.
It's a full Rizzo. He went full Rizzo on you.
He went full Rizzo.
Going back to myself here. I don't know. Whatever. I got Dallas minus the 5.5. All right, let's go to the final game. Monday Night Football. It's the Steelers. It's the Dolphins. Interesting game. 3.5 points. Pittsburgh is at home for this one, so we do have the warm weather team coming to the cold weather city. Very important game for both teams. I mean, the Dolphins not completely mathematically out and have certainly showed a lot of life for Mike McDaniel late in the season here. The Steelers, obviously, with a big break last week, trying to continue that role. I always love the Steelers in their own building, so I'm going to go with the Steelers minus 3.5. Boy Green, you're up next.
So that means you're going Dolphins then?
Nope.
Because you're oppoing it, right? You're going to oppo the prime times?
Of what you said, yeah.
Oppoing the oppo, and I'm sticking with my gut Steelers minus 3.5.
All right. Let's go to the experts, I guess. Intern Ed, Miami. Joe Bartle, Pittsburgh. Dalton Wasserman, Pittsburgh. Where you at, Matt?
Yeah, the Steelers should have lost that game. They had every right to lose that game based on the call in the end zone. I think Mike McDaniel has coached his way off of the hot seat based on how they've played down the stretch here. I have no reason to pick the Steelers, but I'm going to go with Lurch here and say I love them in the building. I love Renegade in the fourth quarter and the cold with the terrible towels. Cold didn't bother Miami and East Rutherford last week, but it'll bother them
It'll
on
get
Monday
it
night.
this week.
Different animal, different beast.
Yeah.
Give me the Steelers.
It'll get him.
Yeah, I'm going to go Pittsburgh. Devon Achane, again, fully healthy, no questions about it. He looked very good against the Jets. He got banged up. I don't know his status, and even if he plays, I'm not sure what version of it we see. So I'll take Pittsburgh minus 3.5.
So do we have a lone wolf Miami? Did one of the experts took Miami? Who was it?
They did, yes. 1 second. We had... that would be intern Ed.
Ed, alone on Miami.
So,
All right.
Lurch, you're our resident mascot. Would you like to give a howl for Ed? All right, that was a great commitment to the bit. Appreciate that.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, and that'll do it. All of our picks for Week 15 in the NFL against the spread. Get in there, make your own picks, fans. The link right below. Do it right now. See if you can improve your record. We're all fighting to get above 500. I will be there come the end of this week. That's a promise. All right, we'll see you, folks. Take care.